Hey guys, it's your girl Jay with your Not So Midday message. I hope you guys had a wonderful Wednesday. I did. So I am gonna jump right into the message. You know what that means? Humor me, right? Have you guys ever noticed that when attackers attack, they like to attack young people and elderly people, right? And people that are non-attackers will be like, well, why would you do that, right? Like, why would you attack a child? Why would you attack an elderly person? Like, that's weird, right? But the reason why they do that is because these people are considered vulnerable, weak, off their game, right? They're unsuspecting. They don't typically have the ability to fight back. They're an easy victim, right? They're an easy kill, for lack of a better word, right? And that's what they like. They like to get in and to get out. They don't want somebody that's able to fight back. They don't want someone that could probably chase them down and hold them down till the cops come, so they'll be locked up for their crime. They want somebody that they could do what they gotta do, get in and get out, swift, right? That's how the enemy looks at us. He sits down and he waits, and he's patient, right? He's patient. He got patience. He's been here since the beginning of time. He has seen it all. He understands it all, right? He is not God. That's not what I'm saying. But he has enough knowledge of how human beings work, because he's been long enough to know who, what, where, when, and why. Right? He knows how we tick. He knows our vulnerabilities. He knows what makes us angry. He knows what makes us happy. He knows what makes us sad. That's why he is so great at what he does. Deception. Okay? That's what he does. Sit down. He waits. He waits till you are at your weakest. And that's when he attacks. Because it's easy. It's an easy kill. Right? You're vulnerable. You're exposed. You're open. Right? He's in and out. Swift. Right? Swift. Real swift with it. And that's why it's so important that we get rest. And then you're like, what do you mean rest? What do you mean rest? Go watch the first video. That'll give you a starting point, and then it'll continue here, right? Have you not noticed that when you are tired and you are not rested and you are exhausted, you give in to things easier, right? You're tired and the kids want to go outside and play. You know they're not supposed to go outside and play, but you don't want to deal with them. You tell them, go ahead, go outside, right? You have somewhere to go. You know you're supposed to go, but you're so exhausted. You're like, nah, I'm not going. You got it, right? And you miss out on the opportunity. Or someone says something to you that you normally wouldn't react one way, but because you're tired and you're emotionally spent and you're frustrated and you're irritable, you snap at somebody, right? Or you're supposed to do something. You're supposed to be on assignment. God told you to do something. You're supposed to be obedient, but you become disobedient because you're so tired. You don't have the energy. You're exhausted. You can't do it, right? That's the enemy. That's the enemy, right? The enemy doesn't always attack as an attack. It's not always violent and brutal. It's not always a big to-do. Sometimes it's little, quiet, subtle things. It's okay if I go to sleep. I'll do it tomorrow. Procrastination. It's okay if I snapped. I was a little tired. I wasn't in my right mind, right? It's okay that I do this. It's okay that I not do this. You know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this. Maybe I thought I was supposed to be doing this, but I'm not supposed to be doing this. You know what I mean? I'm overwhelmed. This is too much, right? Once you start feeling those things, once you start operating in that way, that's not the time for you to give up. That's not the time for you to throw in the towel. That's not the time for you to quit. That's the attack of the enemy. That's him exposing, exploiting your weakness. That's the time you stop and you reset. That's the time you keep going in your rest, right? How do you keep going in your rest? You make a plan and you stick to it. I know I need to rest. I am going to rest this way for this amount of time. And then at this point, I'm going to pick it back up and keep going. Okay? So, tired today, right? My mind is not there. I have brain fog. I'm frustrated. I can't get something done, right? But I know I need to do it. But I want to do it right. I want to do it correctly. I want it to be effective. I want it to be efficient, right? I want it to be done in a way that honors and glorifies God. I don't want to be doing it like it's I gotta get it done. I'm gonna get it done. I need to be done where it's pleasing to God, right? It's pleasing to the Lord, right? So okay, you know what? I'm overwhelmed today. I'm not in my right space today. So you know what? I'm gonna go to sleep today. And tomorrow I'm gonna do such and such and such. And then at 6 p.m. I'm going to, between 6 and 7, I'm going to do XYZ. Then I'm going to sleep. All right? That's just my example. I'm not saying that's the formula for whatever you're going through. But I believe that we don't stop going even when we know we're tired and we have this push through mentality because we're afraid we're going to disappoint God. We're afraid we're going to drop the ball. We're afraid that we're not going to pick the ball back up. So we push ourselves. We push ourselves so much that we end up either giving up completely or we do it and we misstep. And then that in turn frustrates us. And then once again, we continue pushing through. And what we're doing is we're creating a mess. And we're creating more opportunity and vulnerability for the attacks to keep coming. And what he wants to do is he wants to make you so weak that you lose. Right? That you lose. That you lose it and you lose. The enemy does not want you to win because he's already lost. And he knows there's no way he can win again. And he doesn't want you or I to win, right? My mother always told me the worst person to have around you or the worst person to have on your team is someone that has nothing to lose. Because if they have nothing to lose, they don't care if you lose any and everything. They will take you down with them and further, okay? That's what the enemy wants to do. We are triune beings, right? Mind, body, and spirit. If one of the three are off, we are all off, right? And we zone in as Christians on the spirit and we forget about the mind and the body. And we need to take care of all three, right? We get on that train. We 10 toes down. We in it to win it. We going for God. We campaigning for God. You know, we spreading the word about Jesus. We tell them about the Holy Trinity. We going, and we forget about the other two. And then we start to do this. We get unbalanced, right? We get unstable, right? And then that's when the enemy comes in. And I told you that Mortal Kombat, get over here. He goes in for the kill, right? And the enemy doesn't want you at the good party. He wants you at the hot party. He wants you hot with him. He wants you burning with him. He wants you in a lake of fire with him, right? He doesn't want you to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant. He wants you to hear, depart from me, I never knew you. That's his job. That's what he's waiting for. That's what he's waiting to attack you for that to be your end, right? So make sure we're resting, that we're in a position that our mind is right, our body is right, and our spirit is right. Because when all three are intact, when all three are working in tandem, when all three are working in sync, there's no way you can lose. You might get a little tired. You might get a little weary. But if you're in your word, you know what you're supposed to do about that as well, right? So, with that being said, it's your girl Jay with your Not So Midday message. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Thursday. Peace.